what should be a great one here between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
First play from scrimmage, Stafford. And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there, because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to pass. Tua. Caught. It's Wilson. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down. And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, it can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Tua. He's going to find his tight end. That's Hunter Long. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains, because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Tua sets up to pass it. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. This defense for the Jets, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Tua now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Okay, ready? Red, cycle.
Tua now on 1st down. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the Jets winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here now at MetLife Stadium. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Jets at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw is Stafford. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. They'll run with Hall. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 86 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
On first down, right back to Hall.
A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Open man is Robbie Anderson.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Stafford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense, and they were there to help force the incompletion.
They'll go for it. It's Hall.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now 14-0.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run with Allen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Let's go.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Now Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Allen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Ready.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They stay on the ground with Allen. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Striker. 3-3.
Here's Allen. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Ready up.
They'll run on 1st down. Chisholm. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Okay, right.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
You kill it.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The third overall pick, Quentin Williams there to bring him down. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation, because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Jets are going to have it here at their own 15. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going, because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On second down, a run with Hall. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Stafford. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Drill right, 22.
They'll try the jet sweep. Stafford pops it forward. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Here we go, set.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Ready.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Roster, sit. Ready.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Let's go now.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line up.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ashton Davis. Now he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Patterson now for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Ready, set. Quick, yellow. Ready, set.
They begin the drive on the ground with Allen. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They keep it on the ground. Allen again. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited.
And, my goodness, another interception. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know.
Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. The 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. So maybe some signs of life. I mean, this has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return an interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Stafford here, coming off his pick six. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Get a nice lead, you should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
To throw again on second down. Stafford. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss. Well, there was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they look up at the scoreboard, facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Ready?
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Strike 2.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This will be caught by Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now a carry for Allen. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Let's go. Check, pitch.
On first down, it's Allen, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Right.
Tua going to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Ready.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now back to throw. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Stafford on first down. There's Hall bringing in another one. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To the air again, Stafford. Over the middle, complete. That's Barker. And he is going to have a Jets first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a first down there to the tight end.
Straight ahead is Hall. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Hey, 54! 32!
Play action. Stafford. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
They'll run with Hall. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And that
one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Under pressure, they got him again.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
6, 7. Clock open.
They'll set up to throw. And now here's another interception.
And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Stafford. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Patterson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Here we
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And they'll work this down inside the 30. This offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Tua sets up to pass it, and able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
Tua to throw again. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Allen, and he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Tua. He is going to find Hill here. And they'll get this down to the 10. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense...
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Alec Ingold taking it in from a yard out. And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And from the 1-yard line, they didn't try and reinvent the wheel, do anything cute. They just gave it to the big back.
You almost get the sense that if you can't get it in from the 1-yard line with your big guy carrying the football, you'll question yourself the rest of the day. They got it done.
Tua going to try and throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Now a play fake it at Stafford.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Emmanuel Ogbah able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the 50 at Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had 7.
And, my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Rocky Sin.
The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Back to the ground and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
32!
And able to work his way down to the 16. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. It's a gain of 3, and it gets them to 1st.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use him more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead, usually not as fumble prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.